to Big Balls and Bad Calls. I'm here with your host Manny and myself, obviously, Emil. We're all geared up to go over our review of Match Week 1. We've got our famous naked lady looking over us. We like that. Anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So first, we've got Arsenal versus Brentford.
Arteta out. Get him out.
Oh, come on,
Get him out.
come on. Easy now.
Gunner.
But I, you know what? I'd almost have to agree at this point. Things are getting pretty rough over there.
Down by a newly promoted side, 2-0. Comfortable loss there.
Yeah, it's a tough one to take on the chin. You know, I'm an Arsenal fan myself. Like I said in the first video, Arsenal was also my big balls call of the weekend. Although,
Notable.
to be fair to me, it wasn't released until Friday afternoon that they would be without Aubameyang and Lacazette, both feeling unwell. Party I had already known about, so I'm not going to plant that in my list of excuses. Not saying they would have won with those superstars, but that's a big hit. I mean, I probably would have flipped to Brentford if I wasn't a fan.
And for being a fan, I say it's a very scary time to be one. No depth. Ben White cannot score goals.
No.
I think it's going to be a repeat of last year if you guys don't turn something around very quickly.
A repeat of last year. Oh my goodness.
That's a relegation battle.
Yeah, that's like one of the worst fucking seasons we've had in time. To be completely honest, it's hard for me to give a lot of credit to Brentford, but I'm going to. You know, I hate talking shit on my own team, but it's the truth. I think from start to finish, Brentford looked more comfortable. Being the promoted side, you'd expect them to be a little nervy, a little edgy, making a lot more mistakes than they did. But Arsenal looked like they were the ones carrying all the nerves when they got nothing to lose. We really have nothing to lose. I don't really like being that type of guy that calls players out, but Callum Chambers, man, this guy looks so out of place. Right back is not his position.
He's the last pick.
He's not quick. He looks like he has half the gas tank. I don't know what Arteta sees in him. Maybe he's working his ass off in training or something. But to me, he's like a house league kid coming up to play with the rep boys. And he just a little under par. He tries to make moves and stuff, and it looks silly. It looks bad. I really think Emil Smith-Rowe, though, I liked what I saw from him. He's a natural leader. He's a young kid, but if he doesn't have any help, then what the hell are we going to do? What are we going to do? Arsenal just lazy. They look like they're playing with no fire. The second goal, it gets through all that traffic. We're outnumbering them 2-1, and they find the header to find the back of the net, put us to sleep. Didn't like what I saw. Big W for Brentford. Big W for Brentford. Congrats to those guys. Brentford is my championship side, although I don't love them as much as I do my dear Arsenal. But good for those guys. Good for them. Great for them moving forward. Looking at the second game now, we've got Manchester United versus Leeds. And I'm pretty sure you said this was going to be a barn burner. A lot of goals. We got them. Maybe I would have thought it'd be a little more even. Said Leeds could possibly beat or draw United if United came out stagnant. And boy, did they ever come out electric.
And I got to say one thing about English media here. They're saying that Mason Greenwood was the best player on the pitch on that day. I actually couldn't believe hearing that. Pogba, 4 assists. Bruno bags a hat-trick. No disrespect to Greenwood. Loved him.
He looked great.
But don't tell me that he was the best player on that pitch.
I have to agree with that.
Unplayable. Absolutely unplayable.
Unplayable. And his passes were absolutely genius. All of his assists, they had more stay than a good dog.
It was the same guys who said Harry Maguire is the best center back in the league. And I think a piece of bread could hold the line better than him.
Fuck. And back to Pogba. Those assists, my goodness, the weight on the ball. They sat up like a good girl being a bad girl's ass. Or a bad girl being a good girl's ass. However you want to look at it. I don't really care. Sure. But my goodness. And Bruno Fernandes, this guy,
player.
He is a fucking problem. He's going after the best Portuguese player to ever play at that club. You heard it here first, Ronaldo. He's coming for you. He's coming for you, King. Anyway. Sorry, I have to make an honorable mention to Ailing. Whoa, what a goal. What a goal. It's too bad it got overshadowed by the scoreline, but what a goal that was. Okay, moving on. We've got Burnley versus Brighton. Burnley versus Brighton. Okay.
I honestly don't know how Burnley not win that game.
I don't either. The chances that they missed from the position that they were in when they went up is beyond me.
Me hit the bar. Who was
very,
the other
very
one?
unfortunate.
Goodmanson off the post.
Oh, what a hit that was. Whew. Almost on the sweet spot, but just not quite.
You don't put those chances away, it'll come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah,
That's what it did.
And you got to give credit to Brighton. I mean, they stayed in it. They didn't lose hope. Burnley couldn't kill them off, and they just kept fighting, and they completed the comeback.
Yep.
So, Burnley versus Brighton, I had originally thought it would be a draw,
Weird,
and I said Burnley would win if anybody would win. So, another incorrect one from the kid, but that seems to be my theme on the weekend for some of these. I'll be honest. Next match, we've got Chelsea versus Palace, which we both said
we called that
it was a lock of the weekend. You know, you could have put your fucking mortgage on that, took out another one, put that one on it as well.
3-0 is as comfortable as it gets.
Made off like a bandit. And they looked good doing it. Alonso,
Alonso.
I discredited him over the last couple of seasons. I'm not saying that he's going to be good, but I was
brought the best out of him.
Absolutely shocked by his involvement in the game as well,
sure.
man. He was a part of so many of the good moves. He scored that free kick.
Put 5 goalies in there.
That's a manager's nightmare. Yeah. What a beauty that was. Moving on now. Oh, sorry. I also like to say Chalobah.
Yeah.
That young kid.
Brilliant
What
ball.
a snip. Oh, that was absolutely gorgeous.
He showed how much it meant to him going to his knees after that one hit the back of the net.
Teed it up and just put it home. Yeah. Well done, lad. Moving on. We've got Everton versus Southampton.
Up Rafa, first game, first win for him.
Yep. I think Everton, they looked really good.
And I think it's very worrying for Southampton right now. No Ings.
But Southampton went up.
But did you see it was a mistake in the back?
It was a mistake in the back. It was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
And what I liked about Everton was when they went down initially, I was a little bit worried. I'm like, man, we know Everton, they can be hit or miss any day of the week. These guys, they can come out and be one of the best in the league or one of the worst at times.
Sure.
And when they got hit early, I was like, oh, no, we're not doing this again. But, man, they just kept their tools nice and sharp, kept coming forward. Abdoulaye Doucouré. What a goal that was.
Wow.
And what time to get it, too.
Yeah, exactly.
But even still, like, the build-up to that is another thing we need to note. Absolutely beautiful, but very creative, intelligent play. I love that. Well done to Everton. I think we both said Everton, this should be an easy win for them.
It was a little tougher than we expected.
A bump in the road at the beginning, but they pulled it.
Yeah.
So, moving on, we've got Leicester versus Wolves.
You're welcome, guys. My big balls call.
This was Manny's big balls call.
It might have been closer than I expected there. Wolves had their chances.
I expected just more goals in general from even both sides.
Yeah.
But Leicester, I thought you guys would have been a little bit more dominant than you were. I mean, Wolves missed some crazy chances.
And if you were to pick one guy to score that Leicester goal, you know who you're picking, Jamie Vardy.
Well, in Traore, that breakaway he misses at the beginning, that hurts. But it just shows, too, the chances he gets himself into shows his power and his pace. It's unreal. This guy's like a Formula One Panzer racing in NASCAR. It's beyond me that a fucking big club is not trying to snatch him up. Because I imagine, when I see him, he makes so many chances out of nothing. Like a pass into him, he beats 4 or 5 guys, he comes out. By the time this guy gets to the net, he's got to be just gassed. He's given everything he's got to beat all these defenders. It's hard to keep a clear head and find those finishes sometimes.
Yeah.
So what if he's playing at a club with the quality that he can kind of relax a bit more, find more open space without having to work so hard?
Needs to, put in that work.
Somebody fucking sign Traore. Duh, like, my God, man. You guys got a whole network of scouts and nobody's picked up Traore?
Come on.
What's happening? The guy was made in a lab, his physicality. Okay, I'm a fanboy. I'm sorry. That's enough about him. That's enough about him in that one. We'll move on to Watford versus Villa. And we were right about Leicester, guys. I said Leicester would win as well. But Watford versus Villa, we're wrong about this one. Villa, they're showing their old patterns. They're showing old signs. They can be two teams in one game. You know what I mean? They're playing really good for a period, and then they're abysmal another period. And this time it just was flipped. Usually they're like a 70-minute team, and then they get scored on. But they got hammered off the hop. I think the scoreline gives a little bit more credit to Watford than they probably deserve. I think everybody's going to be like, ooh, Watford's going to be a promoted side, banging and doing this and doing that.
Reality check.
I think so too. I know I have no problems with Watford, but I think they got a bit fortunate too.
Villa's still getting used to life without Grealish. They're I don't know how good they'll be this season. They could have problems.
And Bailey, he had his
Hey, he got an assist too.
He got an assist and he was fresh off the plane, no?
Yeah, basically a day.
Jesus. That's something you want to hear from your dealer. Oh, just playing. Moving on then. Liverpool versus Norwich. A blind baby could have called this one.
My boys.
They look great. Salah starting off hot.
Fucking big dick Van Dijk back in the back.
Can you guys believe Salah was at Chelsea? Soft as a baby's bottom? Okay, there we go. But Liverpool absolutely smashed them. We knew that was going to happen.
Salah looks absolutely unplayable for another season again. I say he hits 20 again.
I got to hate Liverpool because this guy likes them. But they are good. They have been quite a team lately. They really have. Except last season. I don't know what the hell was going on there.
No big dick.
Shit was a little crazy. But they made Champions League, which is more than I can say for some people's clubs.
Ali.
Anyway, next we got Newcastle versus West Ham. Bravo, lads. Bravo.
Belter. Absolute
what a game.
Belter.
I don't know. All these guys are going to have to sit next week at the pace they were running, man. Nobody had a chance to take a breath. Not even me. I'm sitting on the couch like this.
You could drive West Ham over with a truck. They'll get up and turn it around.
Yeah, these guys are crazy, man. Resilience at its finest. Down twice.
Newcastle
at 2-2,
good, though.
there was a missed penalty, which was scored on the rebound, but still, it's all exciting stuff. I love the drama. And you're right, they did. They did look good. Newcastle looked really, really good. But they started to find their footing at the end of the season. I had a feeling we were going to see something from them.
Brilliant.
And I do believe we said West Ham was our value bet of the weekend.
Plus
you could get them. Oh, I got them plus 120. Closer to, even better.
That was a value pick.
But they, it was a little bit scary there. You go down once, you're like, oh no. Go down twice, you're starting to think how many more goals are left in this game. Next thing you end up with 6-4 in the bag.
Rama scoring headers.
Brilliant. What a game that was. Loved it. Those are the types of games that will get me up in the morning with a stiffy. I love those things. I can honestly say I haven't seen a game like that in quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
It's one that's going to play on my memory over and over for a while. I mean,
Welcome back, Prem.
So now we're going to wrap things up with City versus Tottenham, which was the last game of the weekend, match week 1. Big W for Tottenham. I got this one incorrect. I have a hard time going against City.
I said a draw
as of recent.
Close.
Tottenham proved again they got City's number, man. They do well against these guys.
And Harry Kane, stay at home. I don't say whatever you want to the media.
The front
don't
three
go to training.
For Tottenham
they don't need you.
Looked great in terms of causing a threat. They didn't give City as much time to play in the back and be as calm as they typically like.
False 9/striker position.
Gorgeous.
Brilliant.
Nuno, very well done. What a way to start the season, and it proves that this guy is the real deal.
Of a club.
The real deal. Look what he did with Wolves. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Should have used Traore more.
No, I agree. I think City. I think they're gonna take everything out on Norwich, and I could see that being sorry Norwich, but you're gonna be the victims here.
This is can you throw the towel in soccer or
it's gonna be a tough one.
If you guys want to witness some child abuse, there's gonna be City playing Norwich next weekend, but we'll get to that, guys. We'll get to that. To be honest, that game I did expect a lot more excitement. I wasn't.
There was chances.
There was, but I wasn't sitting on the edge of my seat like I typically would. You kind of can usually feel the energy in a game, especially one like that, when things start coming to fruition, and it was just kind of like, meh.
Yeah, there's good spells.
But Son, this guy's a fucking problem, man.
Oh my goodness.
Any manager in the world would kill to have this guy on their side.
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't, then you better get your screws checked. Moving on, anyway, guys, we're gonna look at our final 5. We got the game of the weekend, which was West Ham versus Newcastle. We both agreed on that. There's no debate.
That comeback, for sure.
Just everything that took part in that game made it a great great thing to watch.
Goals,
comebacks, West Ham down twice, missed penalty, which again was scored after, but the drama.
Benrahma, best dribbler in the league.
Benrahma, killer. And my boy Souček put one up. There was also something excited. I actually hit a 12-1 on that game.
Yeah.
It was I thought it was a steal. Saeed Benrahma over 2.5 shots. Souček over 2.5 tackles. And West Ham to win. And I chalked that one up. It was a nice little tasty treat for the weekend. Especially after Arsenal had let me down, although I lowered a stake on that one. Moving on, guys. The goal of the weekend. Abdoulaye.
That's gotta be the
gotta be
for sure.
Gotta be
putting up your side 2-1.
You're tied 1-1.
What a play!
The build-up is genius. There's a foul in there, and Everton says no, fuck that. We're gonna keep this going quick. They take the free kick so quick you wouldn't even know that play stopped. The flick over, header back, the turn, and the finish. Oh,
brilliant!
Abdoulaye Doucouré, hands down, goal of the week, and that's saying a lot for this weekend. There was some crazy strikes, bangers. Sure. You got Ayling, Chalobah, Alonso. Oh my, guys, absolutely gorgeous. We're going to go over to the value bet of the weekend, give it an honorable mention. We said West Ham, plus 115, plus 120, even money, one of the best investments you could have made.
Easy money.
Bang, done. Lock of the weekend, Chelsea.
Chalk it up,
boom,
bloodbath.
Another one. Done. Odds weren't quite as good. That's why we gave you that little West Ham pick. It was a tasty treat.
Put them together, pada boom pow.
I also think I made mention in the last episode. I said I would have loved to parlay Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man United, which would have been a tasty little comeback.
I would have been a cash cow.
Would have been hitting the bank, making a little deposit. The big balls call. Ooh, I don't like this part. Manny said Leicester. Little closer than we would have expected, but well done. Good call. So the big balls call went to Manny, and the bad call went to me. We'll be back next week. Next week, guys, I swear. Anyway, that's all for the review of Match Week 1 of the Premier League. Tune in Thursday where we'll be doing a Match Week 2 preview. We'll be checking out all the games. We'll be giving you guys the value bet, the big balls call, the lock of the weekend, and so forth. But anyway, guys, until next time, like and subscribe, and don't forget to check us out on Instagram. Big balls, bad calls.
Let's go.
See you next time.
El Chapo.